Hey there. Hey there. I'm Devin Smiley, and this is my very first Periscope. And I am starting the Smiley Scopes because I find that each morning I take some time, I have my coffee, I write in my journal, and I reflect on the different topics for the day that I want to be writing about for my blog. And I work as a negotiation consultant for small businesses and ambitious entrepreneurs, which means that my focus every day is on making sure that entrepreneurs, freelancers, solopreneurs aren't getting screwed when they do business. That's what I keep my focus on. So I wanted to start the Smiley Scope so I could share with you in the mornings what I've got cooking, what's simmering, what is coming through the pipeline that I'll be sharing with my audience. And today, the word that kept coming up for me, it actually started coming up last evening, and I had to scribble it down on a post-it note before I went to bed so I wouldn't forget, is flexibility. That as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, flexibility is your best friend. And there's a few reasons for this. The first one is that when you miss out on flexibility, you end up with extra stress because you're really trying to hit a super rigid idea of what success looks like for your business. You spend every day trying to force a solution, trying to hit an exact replica of what you had dreamt up. And that lack of flexibility just means you kind of feel like you're hitting your head against a wall. And that keeps you from getting ahead. So to avoid getting screwed, embrace the flexibility. And sometimes it can look like there isn't any. Sometimes you're working with a client or you have a contract sitting in front of you and you're saying, there's no way I can do anything with this. No way at all. It's locked in stone, carved in stone, never going to have a change. But in fact, there's always a little bit of flexibility if you can figure out the right questions to ask. And some of those questions could be that if you hear a no, nope, sorry, can't change that. It's what's in the contract. Ask why. Well, why is that important to your company? Why is that critical to the deal? Can you tell me a bit more about what that means for your organization? You start getting the little bits of info coming out, and that's where you can sleuth and find the flexibility. Okay, another reason why flexibility is your best friend is that if you don't have flexibility, you start painting yourself into a corner. And this is when you're on the other side of the conversation and someone's asking you about the deal that you're working on, and you keep saying no. No, 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 no. And you're ignoring the fact that there could be other solutions out there that are just as beneficial for you and your company. And when you've said no so many times and refused, been absolutely rigid in what you were willing to accept, you end up with no other choice but to keep saying no. So that even if you really need to close the deal, even if you really need to sign that client, you've painted yourself into a corner. Your pride gets in the way, and you still have to say no, even if you really, really wish you could change your mind. So coming into a situation, coming into a negotiation, coming into a client proposal situation with some flexibility is a great way to make sure that you can close a deal that works for you. Okay, and the third thing, reason why flexibility is your best friend, is that your chances of success and your chances of happiness as a small business owner or entrepreneur are increased drastically if you have flexibility. And a great example of this is a lot of us, if we're out looking for a new apartment or a new house, we come up with a dream list, right? You want a yard that's a certain size, and you have this image of a beautiful kitchen with great granite countertops, a gorgeous bathroom soaker tub. You know every single detail of what you want that house to look like. And no house you ever see out on the market, no apartment, no condo, nothing will ever measure up to that horribly detailed, very perfect image that you've built up in your head. And so you'll search forever, you'll never be happy, and when you do finally move in somewhere, when you do sign on the dotted line, you're not really going to be that happy about it. So, flexibility. coming up with a few different ideas of what perfect could look like, more than one definition of perfect for what you want for your deal, what you want for that house, what you have in mind for your next vacation. That flexibility means you're upping your chances of being really happy with the result you get. Okay, so that was today's quick Smiley scope on the topic that's simmering in my brain today, flexibility being your best friend as an entrepreneur, freelancer, or small business owner. One, flexibility means you cut down on the stress because you're not hitting your head against a wall trying to hit one specific outcome. Two, having flexibility means that your pride doesn't get in the way quite as often. You're not painting yourself into the corner and having to say no to something that you really wish you could change your mind on. And three, flexibility is important because it increases your chances of being happy with the results you're getting. If you can come up with 3 different perfect solutions, or 5, or 10, or 50 perfect solutions for your business, the chances of you being happy with the outcome you achieve are that much greater. Excellent. So if you want more information, I'm posting every week on my blog at devinsmiley.com/blog, and I would love to see you there, see some comments. Be sure to follow along here on Periscope for the morning Smiley Scopes. Have a great Friday, everyone. Talk to you later.